Well, good evening and welcome to the third programme in the Psychic's Chair. Hope you've enjoyed the last two. We're trying to go up market a little bit. We lashed out, bought a decent camera this week, so that might help things a little, but we'll have to wait and see. On the programme tonight, of course, I'll be joined by Jeremy Marsh in a little moment or two, and we'll be chatting a little bit more about some of the experiences that we had channeling the spirits and souls that still frequent the castle. And then we'll have our guest medium this evening, who is Mark Hopton from Estalabera. No, he's not. Shoot me down. Goodness me, I made a mistake. Will you look at that? But I'm not going to roll the camera back because, ladies and gentlemen, this is, of course, live. So Mark Hopton is from Pontardawe, not from Estalabera. Then, when we've had a long discussion with Mark, we'll be having a little tour around the castle with our medium in residence, Elaine Taylor. And that's what we've got on the programme for you tonight. So, sit back and enjoy another In the Psychic's Chair.
Walls Have Ears, 1843 to 1877, Volume 1. Why not tune in to Showboat Television Online, Roku or Amazon Fire and watch Whisperings of Craig E. Noss, produced by John Rolls and based on channeling and books by Lazarus Carpenter. A journey into the paranormal, only on Showboat Television. Book available from artist and makers Emporium SA9, 1GL, Amazon, and LazarusCarpenterAuthor.com. Volume 2 coming soon.
So, now our first guest, well, he's not so much a guest, more a lodger, I think, Jeremy Marsh, our resident historian.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. And what I must say at this point, ladies and gentlemen, because we like to do everything live on this show, and we also like you to know that one of the things that Spirit loves is humour. And Jeremy is our Sir Richard Attenborough look-alike, you see. Look. Yeah, look. Yeah. Good evening, Sir Richard. Nice of you to join us here. Yeah, thank you very much. Anyway, to more serious issues. Jeremy and I spent quite some time together down in the underground here at Craigenhouse Castle, talking to the spirits and the souls that still frequent the castle, by me going into sleep and not knowing what was going on, and Jeremy asking questions and taking copious notes and making videos. And then I woke up and then I found out, didn't I?
Yes.
All very exciting. Anyway, we did nearly 200 of those interviews, didn't we?
Was it that many?
Yeah, it was that many. Well, that's how many videos I've got.
It was all very interesting, and of course, on occasions, good fun.
That's a really good point. Because people always think that anything to do with mediumship, with working with spirit, with talking with spirit, is about a relationship or a kind of what's going to happen, some kind of link or whatever. But this is different, because what we're doing here is we are actually in conversation with whoever it may be, and we had some fascinating conversations.
It is.
Well, you did. I mean, I was asleep. Right?
Yes, it was amazing, really, for me, because when you were channeling and we went to sleep, and then suddenly this spirit got through, and you would be talking about how things were, who you were, where you came from. Did you live here? Did you work here? When did you pass away? And you had responses from those questions. And at first, it's funny because at first I found it a little unnerving, but then you feel more comfortable after a while. And of course, different people, or different spirits, should I say, had different things to say to us. Some were happy to say hello and then disappear, and then some would relate to some things that happened in the past, quite detailed or vivid. And these things changed as we moved around the castle different characters that came through in different places. I mean, we did these things in, well, in the room we're in the Niccolini Lounge at the moment, but we went into the Adelina's Chapel, which is now the Bridal Suite. We went backstage, we went under the stage, and of course we went up onto the first and second floors, which are now the derelict areas, which were the tuberculosis hospital.
What is interesting, that irrespective of wherever we were, the activity and the contact was equal,
Yes.
wasn't it? There was
Yes.
there was no blind spots, if you like. I mean, suggesting to me anyway that there is a tremendous amount of activity here, everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere. Yes. How did you? I mean, Ogfer Williams. There was a character who came through. Ogfer worked for Con Hibbert, who was Adelina Patty's head gardener,
Yes.
and a stern man.
He was.
But very jolly and funny and full of stories, and he shared quite a few with us, didn't he?
Yes, he related to other members of the staff with him at the time, didn't he? Which were quite humorous. It was quite humorous at times, you know.
It was a nice balance, wasn't it? Because we also had children come through from the times
Yes.
when it was a TB hospital
Yes.
in the 1920s and 30s.
Gone, he has, see? Turfed him out, I have. Had long enough, in my opinion.
Ah, Mr. William.
Yes, I'm awfully sorry to have turfed him out, but I can't be doing with this prattling. On and on he goes, thinking he's better than everybody else.
And they were sad stories, weren't they? I don't think we ever had one that I would say appeared to be okay. I can't remember. I mean, I have an overriding feeling of remembering the sadness. And that's how I used to feel when I woke up after I'd been channeling a child in a situation like that. It was a tremendous feeling of sadness.
Yes.
How old are you?
8.
8 years.
Yeah.
Have you been here long?
What do you think?
Were you here long when you were ill?
Oh, I think about 2 years. I think.
Yeah.
1939 it was when I came in, something like that. It was my 8th birthday when I came. It was almost on my birthday.
1939.
Yeah, but 2 years later,
Yes.
I was 10 when I died.
Well, I tried to, we recorded these things obviously when you were channeling, when you were there, and I would write down sort of very quickly as much as I could the information. And of course, when you came out of the channeling, you would ask me what happened, who were they, what did they say?
Yeah, right.
But fortunately, we recorded and we had the copious notes that I was able to take at the time.
One of the soul spirits, people, if you like, who took up a considerable amount of time whenever he could, because people think, you know, that we probably only channel, you know, sort of people that worked here, but we just about channeled everybody that was anybody, didn't we? Really, from the captain, Adelina, of course, a few times. That was a beautiful experience.
Yes.
But Baron Cedarstrom. Now,
Yes.
now there was a man who,
Indeed.
well, over to you.
Well, he always came on and he was quite, what's the word?
Pompous, yeah.
Pompous,
Yeah.
almost bombastic to a degree. And he obviously laid down the law here and expected everyone to jump whatever he said. We always see, we compare, of course the Baron was Adelina's third husband, and we compare him to Niccolini.
You can't, there's no comparison.
But they were totally different characters. Nick Leahy was a
Gentleman.
gentleman, kind, approachable man, and the Baron seemed to have this character and air about him that.
Well, he was aloof in the strictest of terms,
Yes.
wasn't he?
Yes.
If he'd have been any more aloof and any taller, he wouldn't have got through the doors.
Yes.
Tall as they are.
Well, it was interesting because there were times when was it Oxford came or would throw him out.
Yeah, I think it was it. I think it was Oxford. Yeah, because what happened was that we would be perhaps something. I'd be somebody else, and you would be having a conversation, and then suddenly in would pop the Baron, wouldn't it? It's like he would push the person. It almost felt like he was pushing the person physically out of the way and nipping into that space. And that happened a few times in the early days. But what was interesting about it was, because as far as my guide is concerned, for me it's an experience and the door's open, but no harm can come to me, so I wasn't bothered about that. But the issue associated with controlling on the other side of the veil was the one we couldn't do anything about, but Oxford did. Oxford did, because we created a beautiful environment that welcomed them, and it's their home. I mean, we're guests in their home, not the other way around. So, but Oxford did take control of the Baron, didn't he? Turfed him out a few times, didn't he?
Yes.
And the Baron eventually gave way very easily in the end. What was it? He said, "It's him again" or something, and that would be it. He'd be gone, wouldn't it? But the whole thing was fascinating, and I mean, for us, it was good because Showboat Television went on ahead, didn't they? Unbeknown to us, really, and created 12 episodes of a series called The Whisperings of Craigienos. Good place to end for tonight, I think. Jeremy, thank you, as ever, always a pleasure. Sir David Attenborough, ladies and gentlemen. Richard, sorry, not David, yes, Richard. Well, they both the same, didn't they, really? We'll talk to you again next week.
MostHauntedCastle.com. Paranormal investigations with a difference. Visit our website or ring reception for details 01639 731167.
Welcome to this week's special guest on our third program of In the Psychic's Chair. From Pontardawe, please welcome with blessings and love, Mark Hopton.
So, Mark Hopton from Pontardawe, who is our psychic in the chair this evening. Mark, hi. Good to see you again. We do know each other. We've seen each other about, haven't we?
Yes, we do. Yes.
We have. Yeah. Mark, you're a working medium. You facilitate in churches all over South Wales, really.
That's
I've
right.
known you travel around in your little car all over the place.
Yeah.
So, as we're talking about travelling, share your journey with us. From the beginning. Well, from the beginning to where you are now, I suppose.
Well, yeah. I was born in Kent, Greenhithe. My dad worked in cement works. My father was from Ashford-on-Ice, it's not far from here, and his family, his father, they were there. So I was brought up in England, and then we moved back to Wales when I was about 18. But during that time, I'd come across seen spirit, felt spirit, and
how old were you when you first experienced spirit?
well, I was told by my mother sometime later that I was born with a hairlip and cleft palate, so I had a lot of surgery in and out of hospital as a child to rebuild my top lip. And,
So a lot of trauma.
Yeah, a lot of trauma. And so I seem to associate a lot with animals, apparently, because she said that all of a sudden we were in a small 2-up, 2-down terrace house, and she put the ironing board up to do ironing, and I said, well, we can't put it there, the pony's there, see. And I was on about this pony, I could see this pony. And then one day she said to me, where's the pony? Oh, he's gone home now, because I'm feeling better. So I was seeing spirit animals as well as spirit people.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in the bedroom and sleeping at night, we lived there till I was about 7. I was born in that house. And sometimes I see a man sitting in the corner who was obviously a previous occupant. But it didn't really bother me because...
Why obviously a previous occupant? Why couldn't it have been
well, because...
a great-granddad or a great-granny looking over you?
Could have been, I suppose,
Yeah.
but I didn't recognise him. But all I knew
Well, you
is
wouldn't do, would you?
it was the clothing was different. When I looked back at it,
Yeah.
the clothing was different because them houses were built in 1858. So,
And what was the clothing, do you reckon?
well,
What year did it?
I would say it's around about the 1890s, something like that. Because he had a jacket, but one, and it was a thick material, and it had wide lapels, like, you know, the top bit here. And he had a hat, it was a little skew width, and it was a bit like
That's a
Paul Pot.
tremendous detailed
Yeah.
memory you've got.
Yeah, well, yeah, I remember. Well, you'd sit there, and see him most nights until we left the house, and he'd just sit there, and he was perfect.
Did he ever say anything to you?
Well, I talked to him, like.
Did he talk back?
Yeah, but not a great deal. He just nodded his head, and he was just very calm. I just knew basically that he was okay.
How old were you this time?
Well, I remember that memory started from the age of 4.
Right, okay.
Right.
Okay.
I
When did he disappear out of your
Well,
life?
he was there until we moved,
Right.
but he didn't come with us. That's the reason why. You know, that's the reason
So
why.
excuse me.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. It's just we moved to another property in Gravesend, which was also haunted.
Right.
On Gravesend High Street. It's been there since Doomsday. There had been a pub on this place. Right.
And of course, your dad had a pub in Ostragunnice, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Was that haunted?
Yeah, but not as much. as-
I'm following a train of thought
Yeah,
here. So, because it sounds to me like everywhere you've lived has been haunted.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And the Gravesend, the Chase, going back, yeah, I wasn't the only one that saw things, other people saw.
I mean, for people that don't know, Mark's also a writer. He published a book last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Hands Off My Privates, which is really good, but it's a brilliant book.
yeah, it's
What-
a comedy, by the way.
it's hilarious.
It's not 50 Shades of Khaki.
Yeah. But my point is, to follow on from what you just said, is
Yeah.
what an amazing book that would make. You know?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Haunted Houses I Grew Up In,
Yeah.
by Mark Hobson. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can see
there's
it.
some interesting and quite scary.
So, where did you get to where you are now?
Well, when I got to about 16, 17, it died off a bit, but I was involved in some poltergeist activity, really.
What was that about?
Well, when we moved to another pub in the Isle of Sheppey, I was about 15. It turned out, we found out later, a young girl was murdered and buried under where they put the extension now.
What was the activity that you experienced?
Well, pulling on shirts, pulling on the bed going up and down,
Trying to attract attention.
trying to get, pulling the sheet off me. I'll be honest with you, at first I just thought it was all in my mind, but it just got ridiculous. My mum would come in and see a shirt dancing.
Was that not just a spirit trying to attract
Yes,
attention?
I believe it
Rather
was.
than a
yeah, and then,
poltergeist.
well, yes, but well, I didn't know what to call it at the
No,
time.
no,
because I was
no.
young, really.
But people do that, don't they?
Yeah, and she
They-
come downstairs.
And
knock
yet
the
it's
glasses off,
probably
yeah.
just a spirit saying,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I need to say something.
Well, I was a young boy of 15, 16. She was the same age.
No, I'm not being critical, I'm saying that
No.
that's the kind of thing
Oh yeah,
that,
yeah,
was it they say that's a mistake a lot of people make, you know?
yeah.
So, when did the churches start?
Well, I started going to Usher Mary Church. When I first left the army, I started going to. I was living in the West Midlands, so I went to Oldbury Church.
You jumped over a bridge there
Yeah,
when I first left the army.
yeah,
So you were in the army?
yeah. I was in the army for several years. Yeah, yeah, and I did see quite a few things. But of course, you keep your mouth shut. You don't want to say. Yeah. But then, but once I left the army, it seemed to all open up. It's like spirit were coming to talk to me, and I tried to sleep. And if it wasn't for the fact I acknowledged that it was spirit, I would say I was losing my mind.
Did you experience any trauma while you were in the army?
Yes, I got blown up.
Right.
Yeah, but luckily enough, it wasn't a physical damage. It was traumatic to the brain. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
Which has led to other difficult issues throughout
yeah,
life.
yes. And then of course later on I had to remove a disease that caused like a cancer to the brain through the ear.
Yeah.
So that, and when I come out of that, I was like dementia. I couldn't talk properly, a slur. I couldn't concentrate. So I worked on myself. I did Tai Chi. I worked on myself. But all that time, even though I had trouble doing basic things every day, I knew spirit was there. I could.
That was going to be my next
that
question.
was tremendous different
Yeah.
because so this is my path.
So you went to nothing and came back again?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, I mean, that's,
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
serious.
It is true. I had to change my life because I mean I did a third generation programming, computers and stuff. All that went out the window. But I'm grateful that I became the person I am now through that.
But you seem to have gone, when your journey to me is fascinating.
Yeah.
There's a book in there. No, there's a book in there.
Yeah.
But to have gone through your formative years and then adolescence and then early adulthood, you know, so living in busy houses, let's call
Yeah,
it.
busy
right?
houses, yeah.
Where there was always something to chatter about because there was always something different going on.
Yeah.
That's kind of quite an interesting background.
Yeah.
And then, you know, because you're clued in at this time, you know, I'm trying to summarise here, and you join the army.
I joined the army.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that was Spirit with you while you were in the army?
Yeah, I believe they were because they saved my life a few times.
Okay, that's cool. So that is saying that always.
Absolutely,
Always,
and
yeah.
when
And then
Yeah.
you went through this tremendous health crisis
yeah,
that nearly took your life.
yeah.
And it took you to the brink.
Well, what was interesting? Well, I went
And you
to
had to
Stansted.
fight back.
Yeah, I started doing mediumship in '94. At '95, I started going out and doing the churches circuit. But before that, there was at Stansted College when I was studying there. I had a reading with Glenn Edwards. Right, he was quite well known as pastor, bless him, good shooter, right. And he said to me, "You'll be having a break with spirit because you work with spirit." I said, "I haven't started yet." And this was June '94. And then in November '95, and then after several years of working as a medium, that's when the health crisis came in and I had to give it up for a while. And then come back from that. But coming back from that, I'm stronger connection with spirit now.
I mean, you know, I've worked with you and I've seen you work. You
Yeah.
know, and the reason I think you have such an amazing connection is because of your unconditionality related to almost everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never known anybody as generous as you are. Somebody's got a problem, Mark is there to give a hand. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you're an all-round good egg, but you're also a very good medium.
Yeah.
And I
Thank
think that as a good ambassador for spirit,
Yeah.
you know, it's important that people hear your story and think, "Well, goodness me," you know. And as each week goes by, on in the psychic's chair, one of the important things that we all learn is that our journeys to where we are, we're all very different, but we're all at the same place right now. And how we got here is what is important. What's
Yeah.
next for you, Mark?
I'm writing a spiritual book at the moment, but I am carrying on with my comedy as well, comedy writing, because I'm a member of the Ashkan Life Creative Writing Group, which
Right.
is tremendous help.
Yeah.
And that's helped me, but I want to also write spiritual books as well. But something that everyday people can relate with, for instance...
I think, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you've already told and shared your theme with everybody, which is very clearly, you know, your early and formative years been brought up in haunted houses. There's so many stories to tell there. But
yeah.
at the same time as you're telling those stories, you yourself are changing, aren't you, as
Yes,
a person?
definitely.
So, you know, you're growing as a young man within
Yes.
this environment. I think that would make it very good. Yeah, maybe that's the next thing. Mark Upton, it's
Thank you
been
very
a
much.
pleasure to have
Thank
you
for having
on
me. Thank you.
in the Psychic's Chair
Yeah.
this week. Thank you for being our guest.
Yeah, thank you.
Thoughts on suffering. All of us say, we do not want to suffer, and yet each and every day, we cause more suffering to ourselves, and support those who perpetuate suffering for others. We say, we do not want to suffer. What do we mean by suffering? It is created, defined and experienced by so many souls on our planet, and controlled, and manipulated by so few. A must for every bookshelf. This thought-provoking little book inspired by Padre Pio is written by Lazarus Carpenter and illustrated by Jill Brooks. Available from LazarusCarpenterAuthor.com.
YouTube and TikTok. We've had about
Oh, it's a bit cold down here, isn't it?
Right, I mean, here we are. Many of these rooms were used by the staff, of course, for kitchens and storage and so on and so forth. On this side here, obviously there's two windows which went down, and there's a fireplace. This would have been used by staff and preparing food and so on and so forth. And of course, in its heyday, when she had 40, Adelina had 40 staff here, this would have been a hive of industry. They'd be dashing up and down and running around, not only food and service, but the fires, coal fires and so on. It's, of course, working down here, I mean, we have electricity, of course, but in the early days, it was until around 1900 that electricity came here. But it was the first house in Wales to have electricity.
Does feel quite a busy energy, doesn't it, Mark? Lots of people running around.
Bustle and what's going on, yeah. I say, and it was their way of life. Didn't think anything of it.
As we walk along, we've passed a number of rooms, again, for storage and various things. Obviously, they didn't have refrigerators in those days, so this is the coolest place down here in the cellars. So dry food storage, so on and so forth, and the meat was prepared and all the rest of it will be down here. Let's just walk a bit further along, okay? This we refer to as a salt cellar. Obviously, originally it was used for storing dry food stuff.
This is where I was when that little boy
Yes.
came to me, in here,
This is very
in there,
the paranormal
in
investigation.
here,
Yeah.
yeah.
MostHauntedCastle.com. Paranormal investigations with a difference. Visit our website or ring reception for details. 01639 731167.
Yes, mind your head, Mark. Oh, silly.
I saw someone just go through there. It was I think it was a boy. So when we were coming in, we went that way into there.
Yeah, you can see the energy. You
Yeah.
see the energy of someone there as well, can't you?
Yeah.
That looks like more of a man, I think.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't a man. He was quite short. I think about 5'2", 5'4".
Yeah, you can see the energy around
Yeah.
still there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Oh, it feels quite weird, doesn't it?
There is a weird energy, but we also must remember is the fact we've got the ground energy as well. We're so deep down. Yeah. But,
Yeah, but what you have got in here, particularly around this concentrated area, are memories
yeah, memories. Well, they contained in the wall.
and the
Amber, take the camera.
the spirit
Video of the doorway. And
energy that there is in this particular space is phenomenal. Now, I was just told that my name is Herbert and I'm 15.
Right.
yeah.
So who is Herbert? Hello, Herbert. He was here when it was a hospital. Passed here with TB. He was here for 2 years. Surname was Wilkinson, so that could be checked. That could be checked.
Wondering if when they passed, being so cold down there, if they were here before being transported.
No.
Coffins.
No.
I've got immense pressure on my chest and on my lungs.
Yeah.
I find it difficult to breathe.
I like one. My head is a bit very foggy as well.
You see a nice white light going straight down your spine, the ground. And the discomfort will dissipate a little. It won't disappear, but it will dissipate. Could well be, you see, that that's residual energy from the many people who were here with breathing difficulties during its time as a TB hospital.
So they kept children down here as well?
No. The building.
All right.
The building. But this is probably one of the quietest places in the building. I mean, you noticed that when we walked into this space. The silence was deafening.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And an 11-year-old called Barney. There's a few of us, he says. But he didn't die here when it was a hospital. He worked here poking fires for the captain. They need food now, they don't need food.
The name Jenny Constant. Picking that one. I feel that she probably was a teenager. Trying to be more than that.
I got a stern lady, I have. A big stern lady. A cookie or a pantry maid or something along those lines. Very, very stern.
Or the matron for upstairs, maybe. See a big hat.
Yeah.
You know, like that you saw last week, that kind of hat, you know.
I feel like I got to hit my side.
Well, he will be doing dishing out orders out day after day after day after day. It must be, you know, I mean, actually, I mean, matron, seriously, what, I mean, looking back on your life, seriously, you know, being so stern and so military all the time with people, whatever happened to the real you?
I feel like she would have carried a little stick or something.
You know, whacked me over the head with it by now.
Yeah, I kind of feel to it.
Yeah,
Very stern.
yeah. Of course, it's interesting, isn't it? Because in early Victorian days, below stairs was a place where, you know, you had to work very hard, and the head butler and the head housekeeper and all the rest of it. I mean, they were like generals in a small army, weren't they, really? So it was always kind of stern, wasn't it, really? I suppose. And then matrons upstairs who stepping about, making the kids lie in freezing conditions because the doctor said it would be good for them.
It's terrible.
And this is the history of Craigie-Noss, folks. And that kind of is a good place to. You got anything you want to add, Yvonne? You look to me. I'm going to stop for a minute because you look to me as if you want to say something.
No, it's just the room across us is very lively. Do you see all that, Mark?
And what can you see?
Little children running back and forth. One hiding on the corner.
peeping round right now.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Awesome.
it. I think that's
Yeah.
that's the person I saw go in there. As we walked in.
Well, when you think about it, it's a nice little playground for kiddies, isn't it?
Yeah, hide and seek. Also sharing keys.
That's probably because they want to lock us out or something. Don't lock us in. One of the two.
There was a Jenny that I mentioned earlier on, a young woman. I'm receiving that she worked here as a pantry maid.
Right. Do you know for who she worked?
Well,
That's good.
I've been going to, well, Barron is what I got.
All right. So, right. Oh, really? Yes. Okay. Jeremy, you heard that. The Baron and the pantry maid.
Yes.
Right. So Jenny, yes. Tell Jenny hello. Hello, Jenny. Well, hang on a minute. Hello, Jenny. It's nice to talk to you. So you worked for the Baron.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And you were quite young when you left here, were you?
Yes, 19.
Right, 19, yeah, okay.
Amber.
And did the Baron tell you had to go?
Yes, I had to leave. Because of the embarrassment.
Right. So we've spoken to you before, Jenny, haven't we?
Yes.
Right. It's Jenny. Remember Jenny? The young lady that the Baron made a little bit...
he liked to have fun.
Yeah.
About it. One got away. Or rather, the one I sent away.
Yes.
Adelina never knew about that, you know.
Yes.
Yes, well, it was best to keep anything like that from her.
Ah, so she did not know.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Goodness me. Can you imagine the commotion that would have caused?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I never heard the end. Anyway, you know, I mean, in those days, you know, it was the husband that was in charge, no matter what the wife may have said. Yeah. But easier than said with these Spanish fillies, you know. Very powerful women, Spanish women.
That's a good place to...
Came here at 14. And then eventually I left at 19.
You had to leave here, didn't you?
I had to leave here because...
Of the Baron?
Yeah, I had a baby boy.
There we go. Right. Lovely.
Well, I didn't know anything about this, by the way.
This is confirmation of some work we did 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had no knowledge
absolutely.
of this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's evidence, basically.
Yeah, it is,
It's
yeah.
evidence. Yeah. We did. I channeled Jenny, didn't I? And she told us that we actually confronted the Baron in a later interview about it, didn't we? And said, was there any truth in the matter? And he poo-pooed it basically and said, of course there is, and was. And, you know, when you've got to go, you've got to go. She was shown the front door. I think she was given 10 guineas, wasn't it, or something? And told never to darken the doors again. It was the Baron's child, we believe, and I think that's probably the case. And Jenny's just confirmed it as well, so, you know.
I haven't got that problem.
Yeah.
So trolleys coming down here. Trolleys. Trolleys? With sacks on it. Trolleys.
Just pick up a busy male working environment here.
Well, this is a lot of traffic here. A lot of people walking backwards and forwards,
Yes.
carrying stuff.
This would have been sort of the tradesman's entrance.
Yeah, the tradesman's entrance. Tradesman's entrance.
Yeah. Coal was brought through here.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was stored here.
No,
Brought
you're
through
saying it
here.
was brought through in bags, of course.
Yeah.
No,
They would have had them things, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't, would they? No, the coal would have been kept in a central place within the house to draw from for the fires.
Yes.
It wouldn't have been
Yes.
brought in by the bucket, would it?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Not in an house this size.
Yes.
That's why he had servants, you see, to do these sorts of things.
If we walk back where we came from, I can really.
He's got the key for the slab room.
Hmm?
This will be exciting.
I was just thinking of a fellow with a hat who would have had a little dog, like a little Jack Russell
Yeah,
dog.
do you know that you just did? Well, as soon as you said dog, I saw a Jack Russell. I did. When
Yeah.
you just said dog.
Little Jack Russell with a fella.
Jeremy, 1872. That was Morgan, wasn't it?
1872.
Yeah, Morgan, wasn't it?
Well, no, I think that would have still been.
Still been the captain.
1875 is when Captain Powles and his daughter left. She left.
In that case, so he was still here then.
Yes.
Okay.
No, he had died in 62. 1862.
So Morgan was here then.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
This is just a small room. There's another small room.
Oh, walk through a veil of strange damp
They
energy.
would hang meat and poultry, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But this is where.
You can smell it, man.
This is where.
I can smell
Yeah, that's not something.
Meat.
Yeah, definitely.
hanging meat.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
where
Oh.
they would prepare the meat.
In it, look. Poor lass, look.
There was a time actually.
Nice job.
I thought I saw.
Go on, that door, man. Give me there. Some kind of different air. God, that is pungent.
It's very heavy as well, isn't it?
God, that's been hanging a few years, hasn't it? Yeah, try 130, mate. 130 years hanging here, waiting for your end to come.
Still not in the soup box.
Yeah, and here we go.
Oh, now we're talking. There's plenty of streets in it.
So here you can see the large slab where meat and poultry and whatever would be chopped,
Chop,
and prepared,
Choppy chop.
and probably preserved. And hooks on the ceiling again would be hanging.
Yeah.
And of course, as far as we're aware,
This is where Adelina lay.
Adelina was laid to rest in her coffin before she went up to her chapel.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so cold. Really, really cold. And my hands at the moment, you know when you put your hands on ice and they stick? Right? That's how my hands are feeling right now. And the cold is going up through my fingers and into my hands and around my wrists. Don't let me be the only one to experience this, please. I mean, move the book and get a look in.
I feel that. Yeah, I can feel the same sensation.
I mean, it's like a cross between a magnet and being sucked in by dry ice, you know?
Yeah, you can feel your hands sinking into it.
Exactly.
The energy of it.
Energy of the past. I don't think that Adelina was the only one to lay here, Jeremy. I think others did too.
Yeah, I got that too. And I've also got a little tabby, dark coloured lady.
There was a Spanish maid that fitted that description that I believe died while she was working here, wasn't there, Jeremy?
Yes, her maid was, I believe she was Cuban.
Yeah, there we are. Don't you just love it when the heaven sleeps out of the walls of history? What I am feeling is a tremendous amount of animals getting chopped up, which is not very pleasant. Although I do accept it was a sign of the times. And I'm not adverse to a nice roast lamb dinner. But I mean, the excess that I'm feeling, Jeremy, the excess of food that was prepared on this slab. You know, I mean, I'm sensing big birds, you know, and big slabs of meat, you know. Yeah. And I just saw a deer's head then. I didn't like that. No.
Nor did a deer.
All right, I'm breaking this off now, for myself anyway. Thank you, Jeremy. Another thrilling episode of In the Psychic's Chair, part 3.2. Yes.
I got quite a big burly chap who would have been some kind of butcher, big fella. Did you feel that, Mark?
I'll tell you what I was finding. You mentioned the chap with the die cap, the stick, the little dog.
Yeah.
I feel that he was laid to rest here because I felt as though he was here, right?
Why
And
not?
as though before he was put away the undertaker.
I mean, that tags along with the fact that, you know, it wasn't just Adelina that was laid down in here to stay cold till the man came along with a little box to put them in to take them away. Somewhere else.
Well, yeah.
Probably a little hole in the ground.
And was somebody like stood
God, I am
guarding
in a
it
good
then?
mood today. I don't
Was
know.
somebody here guarding it to make sure nobody went in to see her while she was being
Probably
involved?
be, wouldn't it, really? Well, it would have been one of the footmen, wouldn't it? Yeah, something. Yeah, Cedric, stay outside that bowl. Don't let any bounder come through it. That's what he would have said. Yeah. Or not. Let's go. Thank you, Jeremy. It's been another little bit of scandal in the annals of Craigenhouse Castle. Good place to end tonight's In the Psychic Chair. Thank you for being with us, folks. Big thanks to Elaine Taylor, our rather gifted medium in residence. Lovely title, that, isn't it? Yeah, I can't think of it. Mark Hopton, of course, our guest medium in the Psychic's Chair tonight. And over there in the corner, come and take a bow in the darkness, why don't you? Here's our wonderful historian, Mr. Jeremy Marsh. So from me, Lazarus Carpenter, and the team here at Craigenhouse Castle, with a particular mention to our sponsor, Mr. Martin Miller of Craigenhouse Castle. Good night.
MostHauntedCastle.com. Paranormal investigations with a difference. Visit our website or ring reception for details. 01639 731167.
Thank you, Jeremy. It's been